your name, who's your favorite superhero, and why.
My name is Bryan. My favorite superhero is, I like Bishop.
And why?
He was the first black X-Men. He's very underrated. He's very poorly written over the years. He's become a villain. He's not getting represented, and he's just on the outskirts right now. I'm waiting for him to make a strong comeback. He had a very poor showing in the last movie.
Yeah.
So,
it could have been worse, but I see what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, he, no backstory given in the movie. He just popped up, and so, I loved him as a character. I loved when he showed up. He brought a lot of storyline to him from the future. He gave that whole, the whole Onslaught thing came about. They tied that in very good to his appearance. So he really, was a really fleshed out character, and all of a sudden somebody must have decided they didn't like him, and he started getting very poorly written.
So you didn't like him in like Messiah Complex and all of that?
But I mean, that was, to have him portrayed as a villain, and of course that whole Cable and Hope thing, and him chasing him through the future, and I understood kind of the concept, but they made him into a villain and never really made him seem like he had anything redeemable that he was doing. Now, if Hope appeared to be a villain eventually, then you could say, yes, all of his was justified.
Well, didn't he think she was going to breed it? I read the storyline,
yes.
all three of them.
Yes.
Didn't he think she was going to be like the world ender or something?
Yeah, but then they dropped her. So, they made him into a villain, and then
she was basically a long-term plot point.
She was a long-term plot point, but then she never paid out. So you tied this great character to a long-term plot point that never paid out, and now he's just dangling. And
wasn't she also the reason for AVX?
Yeah.
She was extremely long-term plot point.
Long-term plot point, and they dropped it. I think that's when.
That's when the Phoenix split into like 4 people, and then went into
Cyclops, Magneto, Emma Frost, Namor, and Colossus, and went into all of them. So she was this big plot point, and he was central into it. And since then, he hasn't appeared. I think he appeared in the X-Force with Storm when she had Spiral and all of them. So he appeared in that, and then since then.
Nothing.
Where's he been? He didn't come back. He's not here now.
The last time I saw him was at the end of Messiah Complex.
No, he was in that complex, but they had those 2 different X-Forces. They had Cable and X-Force, and then they had the X-Force. Yeah. And then when that happened, the next thing you had the regular X-Force with Cable and Phantom X and all those people, but he's not been seen. Yeah, so that's my favorite superhero. I mean, I think he's got a great power set. I think he could have been tremendous as running his own team pretty much. He ran his own team, and they just never ever
XSE, right?
XSE, yeah. Coming from the future. I mean, he traveled.
And his sister was on there too.
Sister was on there. She was in X Factor. So I mean, I'm an X-Men man.
Wow.
But so yes, that.
Cool. You looking forward to the new movie?
See, that's the thing with the X-Men films. I like them for what they are, but they're not X-Men films. They're Bryan Singer's X-Men.
You look at the Avengers movies and you look at these X-Men movies, and you can tell that somebody put some thought into the Avengers movies, and you look at the X-Men movies, and it's just like, I've got all these toys to play with, and I'm going to play with them however I want to play with them.
Yeah, it's very much Bryan Singer's X-Men. Like they should actually put that on the title, so it kind of lets you know, like, yes, this is X-Men. Yeah, you'll see the characters, but it's not X-Men really. It's X-Men-ish, but it's not what we grew to love.
And you figure it's the only movie series that I know that has had its own retcon. I mean, they came out, they did it one way, and then they said, okay, now we're going to do future past and change everything to make a whole nother.
Now, I'll give them this. It was smart to do that.
It was smart.
It was smart.
Well,
it was very smart.
At the part 3, they had to kind of do that.
Yeah, it was smart. Even when I was in the theater watching it, I was like, you know what? This is the best way they could have did it. This is the best way they could do it. And I was like, it's smart. But the only thing is, you're fixing the retcon and still making X-Men-ish movies. Yes. It's like what you do is you fix the retcon, and then you're like, okay, now we're establishing the X-Men as you. I mean, of course there were X-Men in like the 80s, but the X-Men as you know them, which is really the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Let's establish that, because at least from the trailers that I've seen, and I've heard from one person who's actually seen the film, it's a good film, but he has said that, it is Bryan Singer's X-Men.
figure anytime you got Havok is the older brother of Cyclops,
they've kind of done whatever they wanted to do with Cyclops.
I mean, you had Emma Frost. She was how old in the movie? Because she clearly was hanging with them, and then
the Hellfire and
Hellfire
everything.
Club. Yeah, so it's
and the Hellfire Club could have been a dope.
Great use of a great '80s team that.
Yeah.
They could have used them and kind of had them popping up, and Magneto kind of took control of them, which went along with the comic books, but then they just dropped it.
Yeah, they completely. They just completely forgot about it.
Yes.
So you gotta.
You wanna go see Civil War?
I want to go see Civil War so bad. I'm gonna go see Civil War. So they said that was a great movie, and I mean,
well, as two brothers right here can tell you, and we can personally vouch. Yes.
It's a great
go
movie.
see it.
Great
go see it.
I mean, anytime you got Anthony Mackie in there as Falcon, again, you want to say, I'm sorry, I say Bishop, but I mean, Falcon is finally coming to his own after years and years and years of being on the sidelines, and he got a comic book a couple times.
Yo, I don't know, man. We're doing our thing here. Sorry.
So you got that on your podcast.
Oh no.
You have to edit that out.
He's doing getting cut.
Yes.
He's doing is getting cut. But anyway, back to Falcon.
Yes, I mean he's finally coming to his own. I mean, and he took over Captain America's.
You excited for Black Panther?
I want to see what they're gonna do. I want to see how they're gonna flesh that
out.
out.
Man, you haven't seen the film, so you have
we
to.
Can't talk.
Yeah, we can't talk.
But I'm talking about
Please
his standalone movie. I'm talking about how they go.
Standalone film. I'm truly hoping that they hold true to Wakanda. Wakanda being what Wakanda is.
So you think the villain will be? They gotta do Claw.
Well, I mean, you could do because they've already kind of set up the Claw. And they've already set up the fact that he's been stealing vibranium from them. So that could be the Andy Serkis played Claw in Avengers 2. Remember
was he the Reggie Hudlin one? Because I don't remember.
Yeah,
I read that.
He was in there. He was like in there like mad early, I believe.
In the first
six episodes.
Go back and reread
because
that.
he ended up Black Panther then ended up fighting the Killmonger.
Oh, well, I remember him now. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The Claw.
See, gotta stay up on your movies, man.
I stay up on my movies. I didn't know that's who Andy Serkis was, though.
Oh yeah, well,
wait, isn't that the same dude that plays the monkey in?
Well, yeah, and he also played Gollum.
Oh,
yeah.
and he was
he does a lot of
Supreme leader.
Yeah. So he does a lot of.
I thought that was him. I was like, that's not him. Okay.
Yeah. He plays a lot of performance capture stuff.
Oh, he didn't do it that time.
Yeah, nah. So
that's why he got his arm cut off. So
because they're setting they're on the low, setting it up.
Okay.
Because remember, he was stealing. He told when he had the vibranium, he told him that he stole it and that it was hard. He was like he said something like it was hard to get or
great cost.
Yeah. Came at a great cost. So So. Yeah, it's like, they've already set that up. So I hope that it's a situation where they do him well. I will say that without spoiling, every character is handled very well in the film.
And that's what you need. But this is my fear now. How are they going to do Infinity Gauntlet? Are they going to, the Infinity War? Do you think they're going to be able to put that many characters into a movie and make it worthwhile?
This is why I say yes. If you look at Lord of the Rings, that movie had
a
billion characters. It's the amount of screen time they get. And when you watch this film, you'll understand that the Russo brothers know how to handle characters.
And they're directing the Infinity War.
They are, so they'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to be as big as possible.
You got to do it almost like an Independence Day where you have everybody having their
their little piece.
And then bringing them together at some point in time. Or like the original, it'd have to be like, what is it? The Infinity, not the Infinity Wars. What was it, back in the 90s? Oh, I can't think of it now.
See, in the 90s, and it's what, X-Men related?
No, it was Avengers related.
Not
big
disassembled.
crossover. No, it was that big crossover where you had they went to space. Was it the Kree War?
The Kree Skrull War or whatever? All right, cool.
And you had all...
Because remember, they came back for their revenge with the Secret Invasion.
Yes.
Which is something that I would really love to see. Like, I love the Secret Invasion in the comics.
That was great.
And, I would really love to see that on the big screen. But, one step at a time.
Yeah, they got it planned out for a couple of years. 2020.
Yeah.
So we'll be saying that. But thank you, guys.
Word, man.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So what is this? Well, I got to see.
This is a podcast, Lay Ill Kid at OneYoungsta with my boy Avery. It's called Chopping It Up Geek.